Hello, my name is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. And the name of today's podcast is Hope Without a Deadline. So this week I saw a video of Brene Brown, and she was talking about something called the Stockdale Paradox. And she said it's the most important lesson she has given to almost every leader she's worked with over the last decade. And when I heard this, I thought, this is the maybe. This is what I've been talking about all these years, so I wanted to share the story with you. Admiral Jim Stockdale was a prisoner of war in Vietnam for 8 years, from 1965 to 1973. He was tortured more than 20 times, and one of the ways he survived was by committing himself to taking care of other prisoners, their bodies, their spirits, helping them stay alive and helping them find hope. Years later, the author Jim Collins sat down with Stockdale and asked him a question. He asked, who didn't make it out? And Stockdale answered, that's easy, the optimists. He said the optimists were the ones who would say, we're going to be out by Christmas. And Christmas would come and go. And then they'd say, we'd be out by Easter, and Easter would come and go. And date after date would pass, and Stockdale said they died of a broken heart. And Stockdale told Collins, you must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they may be. Brene Brown calls this gritty faith and gritty facts. You hold them both in equal measure. Now, when I heard this, I immediately thought of Viktor Frankl, who was a psychiatrist who survived the concentration camps, and he wrote about a similar thing. He told the story of a man in the camp who became convinced that the war would be over for him by a certain date in March. And then when the date came and the war was not over, the man lost his will to live, and within days he was gone. Frankl even noticed that many prisoners died in the week between Christmas and New Year's, because so many of them have told themselves, I'll be home by Christmas. Their hope had a deadline, and when the deadline passed, the hope collapsed, and they collapsed with it. But here's what else Frankl saw. He noticed that sometimes the people who endured the best were not the physically strongest. They were the ones with a richer inner life, a spiritual life, the ones who could close their eyes and connect to people they loved, to their faith, to a sunset, to a reason to live. He said those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Their bodies were frail, but inside they were free. And Frankl was also very honest. He said that who actually survived was also luck, or grace, or God. He never promised that hope guarantees the outcome, but hope determined who they were able to be inside of it. So what does this all mean for me and you? Because most of us are not facing what these men faced. But we all know what it's like when life gets hard and we start grabbing for certainty. Although I can never know why the optimists died, if we take Stockdale at his word, the optimists in those camps didn't die because they had hope. They died because they had certainty dressed up as hope. Out by Christmas is not hope, it's a demand. It's telling life exactly how and exactly when things must work out. And when life doesn't obey, and life almost never obeys our schedule, the heart breaks. And we do this all the time. I'll be over this heartbreak by summer. The business will turn around by the end of the year. My health will be back by my birthday. I'll be married by 40. And when the date comes and it hasn't happened, we don't just feel disappointed, we feel hopeless. We say, see, it's never going to happen. It's never going to get better. But it was never hope that failed us. It was our timeline. That is why I talk about maybe all the time. Because maybe is hope without a deadline. Maybe doesn't say everything will be fixed by Christmas. Maybe says I don't know when and I don't know how. But maybe things can get better. Maybe healing is coming. Maybe something good is on its way that I can't even imagine. The most amazing thing is maybe never expires. Because maybe never puts a date on the calendar. No passing Christmas can break it, and no passing birthday can take it from you. Until our last breath, we have maybe. And here's the other piece of it, because Stockdale said we need both. Maybe also gives us the strength to face the brutal facts of the moment. Because when you know the future is still open, you don't have to run from the present. You know that you can survive the pain. You could say, right now, I'm in pain. Right now, the money isn't there. Right now, my body feels weak. This is challenging. You could look at it with clear eyes, the gritty facts, because in your heart, you're also holding, and maybe this is not the end of my story, the gritty faith. You face what is while staying open to what may be. This is the practice of maybe. This is the whole practice in one breath. And so here's an exercise to incorporate this into your life. I want you to find one place in your life where your hope has a deadline. Just one. Maybe it's, I should be over this by now. Maybe it's, if it doesn't happen this year, it'll never happen. Find that sentence inside of you that you hold with hope, but you also hold it on a timeline. And then ask yourself, can I be absolutely certain of that date? And the answer is no. Nobody can know when something is going to happen. And then if you can, try to take the deadline off and turn it into a maybe statement. Instead of I'll be better by June, maybe my healing is unfolding in its own time. Instead of it has to happen this year, try maybe it's coming in a way and at a time I can't see yet. And then take one small step today to face one fact of your reality with kindness. Make the call you've been avoiding. Look at your financial numbers. Do the therapy, ask for help, gritty facts, gritty faith, both in equal measure. Because the truth is nobody knows the future, not the pessimist and not the optimist. And because nobody knows, no one gets to tell you that your life can't get better. Your hope is your birthright. Your dreams are yours to keep. You don't have to put a date on them. When you hold them, maybe you can face anything in this moment, and your heart can stay open to everything that's possible. And for all you know, maybe the best is yet to come. Thank you for listening to my podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you could email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to buy my books, The Gift of Maybe, A Year Without Men, Maybe Everything's Okay, A Parent's Guide to Less Stress and Worry, you can find them at all major bookstores and online retailers. If you'd like to buy my Maybe cards or my Maybe digital journal, you can find them on Amazon, Etsy, or my Stan store. And most of all, if you like this podcast, I hope you subscribe and leave a comment.